What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing Game 6 of the Western Conference semifinals matchup between the Phoenix Suns and Denver Nuggets. And man, this game, honestly, with the Suns being down 3-2 on their home floor, still have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, no DeAndre Ayton due to rib injury, and still no Chris Paul. So the Denver Nuggets did what they were supposed to do in Game 5. And honestly, this series could have went either way, honestly, because when you look at the beginning, you looked at the Denver Nuggets winning the first two on their home floor. Then the Suns having to come back down 0-2. They win the next two on their home floor. You get the Nuggets in Game 5 to turn around on their home floor, and they play really, really great in that basketball game. So in Game 6, the Suns have to play to another level to honestly get that game. And not only just another level from Booker and Kevin Durant, but also the others. Monty Williams chose to start Landry Shamet and just try to switch things up, because not having Ayton, not having Paul, you choose to start Landell and things like that. But in this particular basketball game, the Denver Nuggets showed why they were the number one seed. The Denver Nuggets, from the onset of this basketball game, did not pull any punches. They were defending. Joker played very well in the beginning. You had KCP really hot from the beginning of the game. And it just looked like a blowout. The game never manifested into what I thought was going to happen. The game just was a runaway from the beginning to the end. The Phoenix Suns just never got close enough. At one time, I believe they were down almost 40. So, it just never happened. Somebody said to me that the Suns didn't have enough, and they didn't. That's just what it was. They did not have enough, and it had nothing to do with their bench. I thought when you looked at Denver's bench versus Phoenix bench, I pretty much thought it was even. Yes, they had Bruce Brown and Green coming off the bench, but in the same token, Phoenix had guys like Cameron Payne coming off the bench, Landry Shamet coming off the bench, Torrey Craig, Josh Okogie, regardless who they might start, Terrence Ross, Bismack Biyombo. So I feel like their benches pretty much evened each other out. It was just pretty much the starters, mainly Joker, and especially in this game, did have a triple-double. But when Devin Booker can't score, Kevin Durant has to struggle to score. I believe at one time he was almost like 1 of 12 or something like that. So when you struggle to score, you're going down court and turnovers. It's just not going to be a prolific day offensively if you are the Phoenix Suns. I definitely applaud Monty Williams. I will get into that a little bit later in a different video, but I applaud Monty Williams for even getting those guys to play at that level from being down 0-2 versus a number one seed. Yes, they ended up losing, the series. And like I said, the Denver Nuggets were better, whether it was the play of Joker, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., who was rebounding the ball very, very well. I'm interested to see who they play in the next round to see if he's going to be rebounding the ball the same exact way. But the Nuggets played about as sound basketball game that you could have, honestly, and no fault to the Suns. I feel like if they were to have, they were down two starters. Two starters. That's not something you rebound from and just plug two random players in and think, oh, they have a chance because they have KD and they have Booker. Yes, those guys are capable of scoring 35, 40, 45, 50 points between the two of them. But it's going to take a little more than just that if you're going to beat a team of the caliber of the Denver Nuggets, who, in some instances, some people think They may win the NBA championship this year. So for the Phoenix Suns to bounce back out of an 0-2 hole, at least get it to 6 games, gave themselves a chance. They just did not play the best version of basketball that you would have liked to see. Again, that's not discrediting what the Denver Nuggets did at all. I believe the Nuggets played about a great of a 48-minute basketball game that you can. Cameron Payne had 30. So if, KD and Booker was to come and play at their regular level, maybe they would have had a chance. But that basketball game was just one of those things where after a while you have to turn it off. It's not even entertaining. And the funny thing about this playoffs, we've seen that more than on a few occasions. Teams will come out, get a win, and lose by 25. Like, what is happening? I'm not being emotional. I'm not being, not understanding that sometimes these things do happen, but this is the playoffs. We're in May. This is where you're supposed to be playing at another level. Take it up a notch. We don't want to see blowouts in the playoffs. They're not fun for anybody, fans included. But again, like I said, the Denver Nuggets played a great 48-minute game of basketball. The Phoenix Suns do fall, in the second round. They get blew out. That's the same thing that happened to them last year versus the Dallas Mavericks. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go, next year. We know KD and Devin Booker will be there for sure. The rest is yet to be determined, how they fill out the rest of the roster. If Chris Paul elects to come back, I don't know. But there's a lot of question marks with the Phoenix Suns. I'll discuss that in a later video. So in this video, the Denver Nuggets end up knocking out the Phoenix Suns 4-2 in 6 games on their home floor, on the Phoenix Suns home floor, might I say. In the Western Conference semifinals, they are waiting on the winner of the Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors series. And we'll see how things fare in that game. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Phoenix Suns fans, Denver Nuggets fans, NBA fans, or if this is just your first time tuning into this channel, it's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.